everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. Today is August.
Thank you as well.
No worries. Today is August 8th, 2019. This is, I believe, our 5th bargaining session for the year. My name is Javier Mesa. I'm the Chief Bargainer for Graduate Assistants United. I think we'll go around and a few of us will introduce ourselves, those of us who expect to be talking for most of the day. I'll start to my right here.
My name is Andrea. I'm co-president.
Bob Murmer, co-president.
And I think that would just go to the administration. You guys want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Bill Cannellan. I'm Chief Partner for the University.
And I'm Paul Duncan, Senior Associate Dean of the Graduate School.
Mercier, Director of Employee Relations, UFHR.
All right, thank you all. Thank you all for coming and for tuning in with us today. Last we left off, we submitted our, I believe it was our third proposal for the administration's consideration. We shared some notes and some ideas on that. It's not been formally accepted or rejected, so I'll leave you, Provost, to respond formally.
We do have a revised proposal today, so I'm not going to respond specifically to yours. I'm just going to put ours on the table. We heard your message that fee relief is the most important thing for you. And we have some needs as well. And I also want to look towards the future and see how we can continue to make some progress as you have indicated your interest on the fees. But before putting on the table the proposal, I want to address your 10.3 item in your last proposal. I told you before, I cannot go there. It reduces our ability to manage. We have the example of some units that raise salaries of those not in the new stipend program, and they could not have done that. We would have had to come to you to get your blessing to do that.
I'm sorry.
You
No,
mean 10.5 or 10.3?
I'm sorry, 10.5, sorry. We have people that move from graduate teaching assistant to associate. They often will get above that. We have grad assistants who move from a GA to an R. I have one grad assistant that I know very well because she works with one of my doctors. And she has gotten 2 external grants. And the grants will pay certain amounts, which may be more than her current salary. So I cannot go there. Turning then to our revised proposal, we shifted from the transportation fee to the financial aid one, which is the most expensive. So we got a bang for the buck out of that one. And then we would propose $150 per person raise for continuing employees, and that's important to me. And then the only other observation I have is timing is important. You have to ratify before we can do anything. The Board of Trustees has to ratify. They have board meetings September 5 and 6. And payroll must input the data by September 19th. And we still have to worry about the mechanics of implementing the fee relief thing on January 1, which I don't think is a big issue, but I should not ignore it.
sharing your concerns and thoughts with us. I'd like a quick second to digest, just as before. We might have some immediate questions before we break out in caucus. I know that I have one, maybe two, and they regard 10.6, and I may have asked this before. I apologize if I don't mean to beat a dead horse. Admittedly, I was asking it and I forgot. But regarding the mechanism for pre-relief that's proposed under your proposal, the intention is not to disperse the funds to GAs, but
No.
rather for the university to pay.
Hey, on your behalf.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and I thought that's what you said earlier. My apologies.
No, that's fine.
And just to
That's
be,
best to have clarity.
yeah, definitely. And also regarding 10.6, I think it's our intention for this to occur every semester for fee relief.
Oh, once it's there, it's there.
Right. So I was gonna maybe propose, and we have a proposal today, we'll include that language, just a heads up. I was gonna ask that first sentence shall pay the financial aid fee for those represented every semester by the bargaining unit. Am I being clear in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's necessary, but
I understand, but I think it will, it removes any possible doubt. I think that our minds are in the same place.
Okay.
I don't think that
okay.
the language would be different, but just to memorialize it in the contract. You have a point, Bobby?
Yeah, so, I think what Javier is getting at is, right now it says effective January 1st, 2020. So we don't want to miss out on the fee relief for this upcoming fall.
It's a separate point, but a good point nonetheless.
Okay.
Please continue.
Why don't we say something like, rather than effective January 1, why don't we say beginning January 1?
I think that achieves the same end. I think that Bobby's concern is a little different. I think Bobby is hoping that the fee relief will extend to this coming fall semester.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If I say beginning, and there's no end date to it, it's there.
No, I agree, but instead of saying beginning January 1st, 2020, I think what Bobby, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bobby.
Beginning August.
Beginning August 2019.
This fall semester, we
Yes.
want fee relief beginning
We
immediately.
can't do it retroactively. Cannot.
Okay,
Could we,
2.6 million.
so under the proposal right now, if we change the language around a little bit, we can still have this carry over to fall to 1Q20?
It'll carry into fall, it'll carry into 2021, 2022.
Right,
Until
right.
we negotiate something else. Now, I want to come back to one point in terms of the fee relief in general.
yes.
Because we have the ability to pay the top one this year, when we negotiate in the future, and we may not have the same amount of money that we have this year for raises, that'll make it easier to do the transportation fee or whatever. And so my suggestion would be that in the future, if you want to continue down this path of eliminating fees and still getting the services, obviously, that you kind of go from top down. The most expensive one that we can afford in a given contract.
Is that just a general suggestion, because we can't
Yes,
bargain,
yes.
we
No,
can't.
we can't bargain for that until we get into the new contract, but,
Yeah.
but just as a suggestion to you for your future concerns.
I understand.
I thought we did.
Yeah, right. I don't have any additional questions regarding this proposal. Does anyone in the room have any additional questions or points to add as well before we break? I don't see any hands for the record. We're not on the record. I don't see any hands. I think we'll go ahead and we'll caucus now. And as usual, I'll let you know when we're ready to march.
We're ready.
Okay. We consider caucus, and we considered the university's proposal. In the same vein, we will not formally reject the proposal at this time. I guess we're throwing back a similar exploration here. With this proposal, thank you, Andrea. And once you guys have a copy of it, I'll kind of hash out what changes we made. So the first thing I'll note is that with the proposal as it's written now, we would reinstate 10.5. I still continue to think, and I think this body continues to think that it's our constitutional prerogative We are empowered by the Florida Constitution to collectively bargain over wage changes, changes to compensation in any form. But we would be willing to reinstate 10.5 as we've known it so far, if the university were willing to maintain that $150 raise effective October 1st. We appreciate the university's, I think it says that you've listened to us about fee relief if you're willing to cover the student financial aid fees. But 10.5 is we see it as very valuable in our eyes to have that kind of input in the process. We would be willing to give the university that back if it also covered the transportation fees.
You're $500,000 more than I've got.
Okay.
Pure and simple.
Fine. And like I said, I'm not wedded to all this. We're willing to negotiate over certain things.
We came down pretty significantly from the raise from last.
I understand that, but that doesn't give us a contract.
It doesn't know.
So-
yeah. How
So
much
when
is, how
when
much
you
is
start
10.5?
here and you come down to here, and I've only got this much money I can spend, it doesn't matter.
I understand. I understand that. And like I said, we're not wedded to this. Likewise, you've not formally rejected our proposal from last time.
Well, in a sense I did, because I.
Right, you have your counter proposal, right. I guess we're doing that here as well.
Right.
But we're willing to talk some of these things out, to get us closer to that figure where we can both kind of resolve this. So as I calculate it, and again, my numbers will be not quite on target, but if with a $150 raise, we estimate the cost of that to be about $300,000 recurring to the university. There's about 4,000 GAs. We're assuming that 25% will go. A new 25% will come in that won't benefit from that raise. Technically, it's because they're not continuing, right?
Yeah, because we moved to the October
Right.
raise. So before it was always 4,000, that's how we estimated, because we had previously moved raises to be effective in January. Continuing employees were defined as those who were employed the previous fall semester. Now we're defining it as those employed the previous spring semester, but the raise effective October, which means we estimate that it would affect the rate go to 3,000, not 4,000 GAs.
And here's where you're wrong, because I have to annualize that cost. This year, in terms of one-time money, you're right. But in terms of annualizing and going forward, I gotta do the whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
we can negotiate different raise amounts as we usually do.
No, you're missing my point.
Yeah, so 300,000 extra here. Yeah.
You're missing my point. I have to annualize it. Doesn't matter who's coming, who's going. Yes, I'm only paying 3/4 of it out this year, but I have to, if you will, book it for the future as the full year, because it will still be there. You get a raise October 1 this year. You're still here next year. That raise is in your pocket
Until you leave.
until you leave.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
so
right,
but we
right, right, right.
annualize it though, the following year, so this will be the first year it's in place, I think 300,000. The raise for the following year, when you annualize it, more people will leave,
Right.
right? So the number actually goes down. Am I
Good.
not?
Right.
Okay.
That's
Your math logic eludes me.
Well-
Let me say that.
Well, right, so in 5 years, these raises won't, unless there's anyone from the current unit still around, they will only apply, they'll only apply to them. That number will be minuscule. It's not 4,000 people you're paying out exactly. That 4,000, if you pay 4,000 today, some of them will graduate. We want them to
But they'll be
graduate.
replaced.
Right, but the raise will not, they won't be continuing employees when they come in.
No, but they're coming in under the new stipend program, which gives them much bigger starting salary.
Right, that's fine,
Essentially,
but that's.
attempting to address the compression issue that was created by that. So I mean, this is, I feel like that's like a separate thing that doesn't relate to this at all.
So either way, we're willing to talk about some of this stuff. For instance, if the transportation fee is about $500,000 over, we can talk about a smaller fee, for instance.
Yeah, when I said $500,000, it's $500,000 for state funded folks. because that's where I have to cost things.
Okay.
It's probably $1 million on all 12,000.
So I'm gonna try to do some quick math here, because if, for instance, if instead of talking about the student financial aid fee, we talk about the activity and service fee, which is $3 less, but in aggregate, $3 times 24 or 18 times 4,000, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars here. So we're already covering our proposals for these two. Instead of this, we asked for this.
Wow.
So, right. So let me see if I can work that out. So essentially what I'm entertaining is, instead of coverage of the student financial aid fee and transportation, would be activity and service fee and transportation. The activity and service fee is $19.06. The transportation fee is $9.44. The student financial aid fee that's currently at discussion is $222.43. Well, I'm saying let's work out the math and come to a decision. So, as I calculated, and we as a caucus have not discussed it, this is just me right here on the battlegrounds, vulnerable. If the university covered the activity and service fee and the transportation fee, that would cost $20.50 per credit hour, assuming 24 credit hours, a high cap, and 4,084 graduate students. That's about, let me subtract that real quick. I calculated it to be 2.79 million. And with again, assuming 75% of the body will be covered by $100 raise, not even $150 raise, that would bring the total to about $3,093,456.
So saying we won't knock off $50 from the raise.
Right. Instead of the $150 we currently proposed.
Not that this is something we're exploring, we're trying to see.
Let me toss out one other
Sure.
possibility. If you take the transportation and the health fee, that's $25, as opposed to 22 per credit hour.
Right, it's supposed to 28, right.
Right.
So there's a balance here between two forces, right? Our 10.5 concerns, right? We're willing to give back 10.5, but it's got to be considerable on our end, right? As a bargainer, people want 10.5, that needs to come back to us. Balancing those.
And I can tell you that I will fight that until I retire.
Okay.
Because I think it is not to the advantage of your members, nor is it to the advantage of the university.
I understand, and we would fight you on that too. And I think that the
You
law.
can take that to,
Right. I understand. It would be, I think you'd be taking on a big battle. I don't think the law, and I'm not speaking as,
It's a waiver.
right, I think
All
the
right.
courts have said that it's a
and
waiver.
it's a waiver that you already negotiated in the contract.
It's a waiver. It's a
And
waiver.
you negotiated.
Permissible waiver.
We have.
And, it's fascinating. We could do the same, we could play the same game and say, oh, well, here's a provision we don't need to talk about, and we'll just wipe it out. I don't think that works.
It's a permissible waiver.
You can say that as much as you want. I will write our attorney in to talk about it.
You can, it's a waiver.
Well-
Sure, do it. It's a
Well,
waiver.
I think
You
we're- I
can't
think we're-
just, you can't just say,
I understand.
bye-bye, it goes away. It's in the contract. So you have to negotiate it out of the contract.
Legal opinion, interpretations of law aside, just, I want you to understand where I'm coming from, and I think you can, I think you're.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
There's a lot of people in our camp who want that back, and
Why? So that they can't get raises?
that's incorrect.
No, so we
That's
can ensure
quite-
actual
Transparency.
raises.
That's
and
quite the
It's a
conclusion.
pretty strong motivation.
Workplace democracy.
Transparency.
Right. And again, I think I'm of the opinion that the Constitution affords us that power.
Okay.
We're not in a default position on that, and that's, it is what it is, I can't in the contract, that was written into the contract. But that's, people trying to work out a deal here. There's a lot of desire for that to come back to the union. Now, I think that if we pass a certain threshold of fee relief, you will keep that.
My suggestion is, because we're gonna have to do some number crunching, is
Sure.
schedule something for next week.
Okay. Should I expect an email from Kim about that, or are you ready to? Okay.
We can figure it out.
Okay. Either, if we can't figure it out here, either we'll try. We should at least, I can send you an email right now, just to put it on paper that we're formally extending things.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to anyway.
Okay.
But just as a,
Right.
so,
that. To keep this
Right,
thing off.
right. So if there's any questions later.
Actually, it probably should come from me, because I was the one that extended it.
That's fine. That's okay.
Well, are we recording right now? This is public record, you can just say, right now, are we recording?
We are.
So you just say it now, and then
It's probably better to have.
I will also want it in writing.
Paper.
I will also want it in writing, I think for all of our sakes.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So let me know your availability.
Monday and Thursday are not possible.
Okay. Let me, I've got something.
And Friday's not possible.
Right, we've got things next week.
Tuesdays, I might need an Thursday, Friday, not possible.
I'm sorry, brothers, you said Monday, Thursday, and Friday are not possible?
I know Monday's not, I know
Okay.
Thursday's not, I'm checking right now. No,
yeah, just so we can.
Across. No. Is that not crossing?
It's right now, but I can put that. Right.
When is your availability for the latter part of Tuesday afternoon and 3 to 5-ish, or any time on Wednesday?
Okay, I think mornings and Tuesday and Wednesday are not going to work, but I'll check the afternoon on Thursday, 3 to 5.
Not Thursday, also, that's a problem.
Okay.
Wednesday.
I'm sorry, yeah, Wednesday?
I'm at the bargaining table with the faculty on
Okay.
Wednesday afternoon seems like the best shot. Tuesday afternoon might work, the latter part of the afternoon, 3 to 5.
Okay,
I've got something Friday afternoon, but I could cancel it.
I think I can work Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon, I'd just like to confirm first.
I can't do Friday.
Right, here, it's the afternoon, so this.
Yeah, well, you have orientation on Tuesday.
I've got new student orientation on Monday, TA orientation on Tuesday.
Yes, we should-
Faculty orientation, I got orientation next week up at Wazoo.
Tell us about it. So do we.
So, that's why I said Tuesday afternoon, 3 to 5 would work, or Wednesday afternoon, anytime afternoon, literally afternoon, so.
So I could do either of those, Steve. Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon, the restrictions you mentioned.
My schedule's bad all next week, so, man,
Okay.
yeah, all the time frames you're talking about probably won't work, but I'll send that out.
So what do you want, Wednesday afternoon
Wednesday afternoon, okay. That'll
or
work.
Tuesday afternoon?
Either of those afternoons will work. I can't do both. I have to pick one. So, yeah.
If we do Wednesday at 3, that's,
Okay.
yeah.
Can you make Wednesday?
I'm not gonna be on,
Okay.
but I'll be here on Tuesday.
Well, then let's do Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesdays at 3.
I'll be
Tuesday
at
at
the
3?
TA orientation, I'll come here after.
So,
See you there.
So you're,
Are you gonna bargain,
Yeah, what do you-
assign
what
to
do
you?
you-
no, but I'll send someone else, on my behalf. It's possible that one of these meetings might get canceled, but got something at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking Kevin to that meeting, I might be.
Okay, so
3 o'clock.
we're set for next Tuesday at 3 p.m. Next Tuesday is the 13th, so August 13th at 3 o'clock. Thank everyone for their time, and we'll be in room 150 to kind of debrief.